Hey there. Welcome back. Today we're talking about something we all need to hear, especially in those difficult, lonely moments. It's a message of hope, comfort, and love. You are never alone. No matter how dark it feels, God is always with you. So whether you're feeling isolated, facing challenges, or just wondering if anyone understands what you're going through, this message is for you. Loneliness. It's something we all experience at some point in our lives. You could be surrounded by people and still feel isolated. It could be because of a recent loss, a tough decision, or simply the trials of everyday life. Maybe you feel misunderstood, forgotten, or just lost in the noise of this world. It's in these moments that the weight of loneliness can be overwhelming. But here's the good news. God never leaves us. It's easy to think that when we're struggling, we're on our own, but that's not the case. The Bible is filled with promises reminding us that no matter how far we feel, He is with us. Let's start by looking at one of the most comforting verses. In Deuteronomy 31:6, it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Let that sink in for a moment. Never leave you nor forsake you. These are God's words. He is reassuring us that no matter what we face, He's by our side. This is a promise you can hold on to in every season of your life. Whether you're stepping into the unknown, grieving a loss, or even experiencing joy, God is there, faithful, unchanging, and closer than we realize. Throughout the Bible, we see time and time again how God's presence changes everything. Take Moses, for example. God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, but Moses wasn't a natural leader. He was afraid. He doubted. Yet God said, "I will be with you." And because of that promise, Moses was able to lead an entire nation to freedom. When they reached the Red Sea, with the Egyptian army behind them, it looked like they were trapped. But God was there. He parted the waters, and Moses led the Israelites to safety. That's the power of God's presence. It transforms impossible situations. Or think about Jesus calming the storm in Mark 4. The disciples were terrified, thinking the storm would consume them. But Jesus, He was right there with them. He simply said, "Peace, be still," and the storm obeyed. Jesus was showing them and us that we don't need to be afraid when He is with us. Even when the waves crash around us, God is in control. Maybe you're wondering, how does this apply to me today? Well, just like God was with Moses and the disciples, He is with you right now. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When life feels overwhelming and you're not sure how you'll make it through, remember this: God is carrying you. You might not always see His hand, but trust that He is working behind the scenes. He's strengthening you, helping you, and guiding your steps. Sometimes, God's presence shows up through the love and support of others. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a timely message from a friend can be a reminder that God is near, using people to reflect His love in your life. But how do we feel God's presence when life gets busy or tough? Here are a few ways to invite His presence into your daily life. 1. Spend time in prayer. Prayer is a direct line to God. It's not about fancy words, but about being real and open with Him. Talk to Him throughout your day. He's always listening. 2. Read His Word. God speaks to us through Scripture. When you feel distant, dive into the Word and let it remind you of His promises. Start with Psalms or the Gospels to remind yourself of His love and faithfulness. 3. Worship Him. Worship shifts our focus from our problems to God's power. Whether through music or quiet reflection, worship can help you feel God's nearness. 4. Be still and listen. In our busy lives, we often miss the whispers of God's presence. Take a moment to sit in silence and let God speak to your heart. He often speaks in the quiet. We're not alone in this journey. So many people have experienced God's presence in powerful ways. My friend, you are never alone. God is with you in every step, Every joy and every hardship, when you feel like no one else understands, remember that God does. He sees you, He loves you, and He is closer than you can imagine. If you're ever in doubt, take a moment to pause, pray, and lean into His presence. He's always there, waiting for you. Thank you for watching today's message. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more messages of hope. Until next time, remember, you are never alone. God is always with you.